Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
We don't like your kind of people.
Jess Franco's Faceless is based on / inspired by horror classic Eyes Without a Face.
I will restore your beauty to you.
A subject Franco had tackled before in The Awful Dr. Orloff.
Orloff?
It's probably too much to call this a remake, but it has numerous nods to the classic, not least the iconic mask.
Take them off.
Though in this version, the mask is used when disfigured Ingrid hires a male prostitute.
When I can see who I'm screwing.
And that's indicative of Franco's approach. Take the classic story and add sex.
You got a little bit of a kick out of it too.
Maybe.
With the help of his wife Natalie, Dr. Frank Flamand is trying to restore the face of his sister Ingrid after an acid attack. By using the faces of beautiful women.
Hi, have you got any? Yeah, in the car.
Starting with Barbara, played by Caroline Munro. If you can't trust your coke dealer, who can you trust?
She is perfect to remake the face of Ingrid.
She would be, but...
She's been attacked. Gordon must have raped her.
Why are you jumping to that conclusion?
You've done it again, haven't you?
Because he's done it before. Another mad scientist who needs to re-examine his hiring policy. But Gordon won't get away with it.
Go to Ingrid's room and do everything she wants.
Forced to have sex with an ugly woman. That'll teach him. Meanwhile...
The worst thing is that her skin is damaged.
I wouldn't have said that was the worst thing, but you are the bad guy, and now there's no reason to keep her alive. Except...
Yes?
Who loves you, baby?
And now she's missing. She's disappeared.
Telly, brilliantly, plays Terry, Barbara's father, who has hired Private Eye Morgan to look for her.
I'm not Bogey.
Looks familiar, but you can't quite place him? This is Christopher Mitchum, who really looks like his dad. He heads off to find Barbara and soon has news.
But I think I've got a lead. Terry. Barbara's...
How can I put this delicately?
Barbara's... Well, she's been whoring around in Paris.
Good.
About time she got a career, the lazy bitch. Meanwhile, Natalie and Flamand have found a new face for Ingrid.
You do have what it takes to seduce me.
Which is obviously what you want in your sister's new face. They also find a doctor with experience in face swapping.
Before working in Dachau, I spent several months at Auschwitz with Mengele. He did not believe in me.
The more I hear about that man, the less I like him. Unfortunately, this first attempt doesn't go well.
Scheiße. Scheiße, Scheiße. It's ruined. Operation is ruined.
So it's back to the club for another woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel so stupid. Let me do that.
Although this one seems to come on to them.
Will I be forgiven if I ask you to dance?
Bold to spill champagne on someone, then hit on their husband. But she's picked the right couple.
Promises, imitation moonbeams.
Again raising the question, why is his main criteria for finding his sister's new face must be game for a threesome?
I remember the night the three of us spent together.
Well, that clears that up, and the operation goes ahead, directly referencing Eyes Without a Face's most controversial shot. Now, after some vague investigation and threatening homosexuals...
Oh! Oh! My shirt!
Morgan locates the clinic and gets his first clue.
Mr. Morgan is looking for a former patient, but is about to leave now.
Thank God she posed in that completely natural I'm wearing a watch stance. Morgan searches the basement and is attacked by Gordon. Maybe if you aimed for something other than the extinguisher. He locates Barbara and...
Let go! Hey! Okay, open the door.
You pillock. And this makes for what initially seems like a dark ending. As the bad guys celebrate their success.
The scars have healed in 15 days.
But there's a message on Terry's machine.
You don't hear from me. You don't hear from us in 12 hours. You send in the Marines. Bye-bye. Oh, Merry Christmas.
If you don't hear from us in 24 hours, send in the Marines in 15 days? Now, earlier...
I'll be gone for a couple of days. Any message? You leave it on the answering machine.
I don't interpret a couple of days as 15, and in the same conversation...
You should find her within the next 24 hours.
I think it's insane he's going away for a couple of days when he's expecting his missing daughter to show up. I will not accept 15. Whichever way you cut it, this makes no sense. And another thing.
There are too many corpses in this clinic.
So many extra characters have been crammed into this, some of whom we haven't even mentioned.
But now, I think you masterminded all these crimes.
Because they play no role. Barbara is only kept alive so the private eye has a valid goal.
Why are you keeping me prisoner here?
The action is very simple, but it's been made complicated.
They can't make heads or tails of it.
While the emotions and motivations have been dumbed down.
Of course. That's what she gets off on.
These characters have problems. Sleazy ones, but problems nonetheless. It might have been nice to address them.
Soon it will be no more than a bad memory.
Thanks for watching. To see an uncensored version of this review, join us on Patreon as an acolyte. Franco made 2 versions of this same story. What are your favourite films that show directors revisiting the same material? Let us know in the comments below.